Hello and welcome. I am Hades. Today I will be showing to you how to fly the Spectre. I'll be clearing a rogue sickle syndicate level 40. So how we're gonna do this is I'm first gonna deploy the Spectre like so. First you have to look at where your air comes in. After you do that, you want to typically scout the map in case anyone hit any outside buildings. This is a rogue, so of course they don't have anything hidden. Before you actually physically attack, you also want to look underneath all of the buildings to see if there are any symbols popping up, which will show that there are customized units hidden. Okay, so we're gonna now deploy the Spectre somewhere over here. Normally you have the sound on simply so that if you do, so that you can actually start hearing if you're getting shot. So what I'm going to do right now is just kind of circle the outside with my Spectre, just kind of making it, I don't know how to explain it, it's just to reduce my lag, I guess you could say, just from the loading of the base. Okay, so now I'm going to explain the ranges of the Spectre. So, I'll just kind of send it over here. The Spectre flies in a counterclockwise circle. So I'll explain these little bars right here real quick. Okay, so this outer bar is used for killing air towers. You want the air tower to be about this distance away from where you physically target. You can also target right here, as I'll be demonstrating in the video. As for strongholds, you want to target somewhere around here. The reason you do this is simply so that the Spectre will outrange it with splash damage. You can directly target flak turrets and machine gun turrets. The green machine gun turrets you have to target with this little one. Or, I mean, they don't do that much damage, but, you know, just in case. When I'm flying the Spectre, I typically look at the trajectory that the bullets are coming in, simply so that I don't have to sit there and stare at my Spectre, and I'll know exactly where the Spectre is at all times flying around the map, so that I can see it. So, as I said, we're going to target a little bit away with the very outer one. And then we're going to target right here, like so. And after you target every single air tower, you typically want to target once on the outside when you're first learning to fly the Spectre. And this is simply to prevent the Spectre tail from getting shot when it's turning. So we'll just keep doing this a couple more turns, just so that you can get the feeling of how to do it. And the Spectre outranges all ground troops. Typically the only thing you have to look out for is units hidden underneath buildings, as well as Valkyries. So I'll get the towers in the sickle syndicate to about half health, and then I'll switch up the method to a more riskier method, I would say. And once you've mastered this method, I recommend you going on to it. If your computer isn't very good, I'd recommend you stick with the first method, simply because there's less chance of you messing up, because you don't have to click quite as much. As well as if your computer isn't very good, I recommend that you target, how would I explain this? I would say you target, it doesn't really matter. Yes, flying the Spectre is pretty time consuming, but I mean, if you look at the damage my Spectre has taken, I'd say that that is completely worth it. Just a couple things you might want to know is the units that deploy out of the drone silos, such as the Reapers, since those are the only air-to-air unit out of the drone silos, they will just simply follow the Spectre around, which you'll learn pretty early on, but just in case you didn't know. It seems like I'm gonna have to do 2 attacks on this. Anyways, it's pretty much just a really repetitive process, and as I said, this method is more time consuming, but there is less chance of you getting hurt or shot from any of the towers. This method also works especially well when there's like Hercules, etc., because you wouldn't be able to do the method I will show to you in the next attack. And as I said, I typically have sound on when I'm attacking a base, simply so that if I am flying around, I can hear hidden units shooting it. Just so you know, you almost always want to end the attack beforehand and click end and leave with a platoon deployed. Okay, I'm back again. I disconnected, so not much missed. That's why I paused the video. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for the base to load. Yes, I could have grabbed it, but since there's not a likely chance of me getting attacked, we'll just go ahead and wait for it to load up. As you can see, that's what I did in the very first attack. Only like 2 minutes of flying the Spectre around. So we're gonna go ahead and call the Spectre in. We know where it's coming in, as I explained before. We're going to call it, do a couple targets just so that the base can completely load. Okay, so as I said, this is the more risky method than the first one, which was, I'll demonstrate it once again just so that you know. You target like right here, and you do the reset target as I call it. And then you do that like so. I'll do one circle around just to show you once again. Okay, so in this method, we're going to be targeting here and here. As for these ones, we'll be targeting approximately here, not there. Well, about right here, I'd say. And the reason you'd want to do this method over the other one is it is constant firing, so there's more damage going out. I mean, you can just watch it compared to the other one. And you just kind of have to pay attention. And sometimes, yes, you do have to switch up methods depending on how your Spectre is flying at that current time, simply so that the Spectre won't get shot, because that is the whole point of flying the Spectre and learning how to fly the Spectre. So it's pretty much a mixture of both. So as you can see, the damage coming off of the Spectre is much more. It seems like I took stinger fire because I flew it too close. But as you can see, compared to the other method, this is significantly faster. The only downfall to this is if your computer is not fast enough, you may lag, and the Spectre might just go, I don't know how to explain it. You'll pretty much just lose control of your Spectre, and it'll just start flying around in the base. I mean, I do have slight lag, I suppose, which most of you would be like, he's not lagging. There's slight delays, simply because of the fact that I am recording. Anyways, I'm just gonna fly the Spectre around, less chatting, you'll just watch me. You just simply have to pay attention for the outside buildings. Or not outside buildings, outside units. And if you notice there, I did lag and flew into it, so I mean, this is the more risky method. Anyways, here we go. I suppose I should explain the targeting of the flak tanks, etc., like different units. So, I don't know if you guys want a different video, but I'll just do a brief explanation. Flak turrets, you can, as I said in the beginning, you can target directly on them. Gatling trucks, depending on whether or not they have schematics or not, you can typically target them like stronghold bunkers, so that you target them like right here. Flak turrets you typically target directly on top of. And the entire time you wanna, that's gonna get shot or not. Typically you want to target on top of the flak turrets. And just so you know, if you do lag, you're going to have to just stick with the method 1 of flying the Spectre. Typically, it's not that bad. It'll just typically take you 2 or 3 to 4 attacks instead of 1 to 2. And yeah, sometimes I do target the air towers 3 times, depending upon what is around them and what can shoot. And you also want to be surveying your surroundings at all times in case you see something start moving, such as if it was a person we were attacking. Typically they like to move their units to try and damage your Spectre, and you just have to pay attention for this. Later on today I will be planning on attacking bases with the Spectre and showing you some real life scenarios of using the Spectre, I would say. If you were wondering at what level you should be using your Spectre, I'd say around level 6 would be sufficient enough. The only problem with that is you would not be able to target bases with air towers. I mean, you could, but it's mainly the fact that if they have stingers in them, the stingers would shoot you. So I've already established that I've killed all the anti-air on that side of the base except for the physical units in the base. So as I said, we're gonna leave the attack, click end, leave, wait for it to load, click scout attack, go back into it and continue attacking. The reason you want to leave a little bit early is simply so that in case someone's sitting outside waiting to grab you, you'll be prepared for that. So looking around, all that is left is these flak tanks and that one flak turret as for anti-air. So we'll just start picking those off. I did fly rather close to that drone silo, but it was simply because of the fact that I knew what was in it from before. So I knew that the Slayer drones would not be able to hurt me. And typically when the Slayer drones are deploying, you want to fly the Spectre a bit farther away than I did. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just kill the sickle just to show you. I mean, I could give it away, but, you know, I need the res. And in case you didn't know, res is short for resources, which are oil and metal. And you do get about 10,000 thorium off of every sickle syndicate. The only reason I don't typically like clearing sickle syndicates is because you get about, I don't know, I always have a kleptomaniac activated because of the fact that I use my gears. Nonetheless, I get more metal than oil from them. So we know that all anti-air is cleared out of this, so I'm just going to go ahead and deploy the rest of my air into here and just target this to clear it as fast as physically possible. Because I know that I've killed all of the outside buildings, so that nothing can spawn and shoot them aside from what will come out of the sickle, which the Spectre should kill nonetheless, and the attack will be over. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or you can add my Facebook, which is Dylan Enderman. You can just search for it on Facebook. Yeah, that's about it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Yeah. And just like that, the sickle is cleared. And attack now. And up. That's cool. Okay. Catch you later.